right? And never gonna go back, man, because I know how I feel. When I feel this way, it's usually over. But that's how you do it. You punish with your absence, either temporary or permanent. You gotta know what are the permanent actions that require, what are the things that they do that require actions. And above all, when you're judging disrespect, don't look at the words, look at the action, unless they personally attack you with their words, okay? So that means if they flake on you today and they're sorry, for example, this girl would say, even to the girl that I'm seeing, because they were friends, let's hang out, you know, because she needed to talk to someone because of how bad the situation was, and then she would cancel on her too. But the reason why we couldn't really see through it was because of how sad she acted, or how much of a victim she acted. It really worked. Like, it really worked on us, especially because we're nice people. But I had to step up and I had to be like, you know what, we gotta get caught on this bitch. And that's how it works. The most important thing is using your anger, right? Because when somebody's disrespectful, especially if you're a nice person, you are very quick to forgive people, and that's good for some things, but that's bad if you don't know how to control it. Use your anger to allow you to follow through. And anger should only be used to keep people away, not to get revenge or to attack them. That's the whole point of anger. The point of anger is to get you to act, to confront them, get you to act and get you to act to keep them away from you. Never for revenge. That's uncontrollable anger. Because, for example, the story that I said about that girl was keeping me away is disgust, honestly. But that disgust is also filled with some anger. It's like the bitterness of that disgust is the anger. And that anger has no hatred towards her as a person per se. It's more so what she represents to me. That's not something that I want. I wish you the best. I want you to be successful, but please stay the fuck away from me, right? And as long as you practice not hating the person, and you just keep the anger merely strictly to the situation, not the person. In other words, I don't want me and you together. Not I hate you. Not I hope you die. Not this dynamic. I don't like it. It disgusts me. Right? That type of mindset allows you to use anger and stay rational, because when you use anger, sometimes it could turn into you wanting revenge. And when you do that, now you're getting reattached to that person, and now you liking them, and now you're reinvesting in it, because anger creates a lot of love, but the type of love that's toxic and that's difficult to leave. This type of thing that I'm talking about is a mixture of anger and mindfulness. Being present, using your anger like you use a sword. Now, speaking of anger, this is a perfect example of what I call controlled anger. Right, and this example is of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where Will Smith, as we can see it here, he's defeated, is dating a female version of the Terminator, and she's being totally disrespectful. And he's just taking it. Well, let's see what causes that, and how does Carlton Bank, which is his cousin, how does he deal with it? Let's watch.
Janet meet Tony. Tony, Janet.
Okay, so this is his cousin, Janet, and let's watch how she begins being disrespectful.
Hi, Carlton. Hi, Will.
Hey, how you doing, Tony?
Right, she doesn't let him speak to other women.
That's my cousin's best friend.
And notice the facial expression is more fear. There's no anger in his part. There's more fear. And this is why anger is so important, because your anger sometimes can push you past your fears.
Do I look like I care?
Aren't you feeling well, Janet? You seem a little cranky.
And notice how he's speaking completely different than Will Smith. Will Smith speaks in a, oh, watch.
How you doing, Tony? That's my cousin's best friend.
Do I look like I care?
Right?
Aren't you feeling well, Janet? You seem a little cranky.
And that matters. The way that you talk matters, because when somebody's trying to intimidate you, if you don't respond with fear, they tend to get frustrated. And they either get more agitated, which reveals their card, or they start to respect you. And the way that he's talking in a more firm voice. That's your paralanguage.
No, she's just kidding around, Carl, and that's what makes it so much fun.
Will, this is a great jacket.
Thanks.
Right? Okay, that's how he's supposed to act. And notice how she controls him with the eyes.
Jacket.
she's looking at him. She doesn't say a word because that's how you show your dominance.
Thanks.
Thanks, right?
Are you like saying grace or what?
Now, we have an announcement, people, before we get back to the video. It's called our new course, which is the Commitment Blueprint. Listen, I asked you guys, and 1,000 of you guys answered my survey, and it seems like the biggest issue you guys struggle with is commitment. Getting out of situationships and getting guys to commit. This course is specifically meant to address those needs. Now, you guys all know that all of my courses, they over deliver. They produce results from natural chemistry to the psychological game of attraction. I have no doubt that if you guys apply what this course will say, you guys will find a guy that will commit to you guys. The issue is not with you. The problem is not with how you look, because if you look at women who are married, a lot of them, it ranges. There's no looks standard that you have to have. It's really about your mentality and the strategies that you apply. The problem is that with my videos, I have so many videos that sometimes you guys might suffer from information overload. So I'm going to put all of the information that I know from my experience and from what I've been learning in the past 2 years, because I've been really focusing on this course, really doing my research. As you guys know, I go to meditation retreats in order to come up with ideas, and I work with clients. And so I'm kind of up to date with what the main issue is. And I think I solved it. So pre-order this course. Is going to be released at the end of January. So pre-order it right now at a discounted rate, because this is going to be, in my opinion, my best course. The last 2 years, I've been through so much. I've had so many different experiences. I've worked with a diverse set of clients that I think I've reached the pinnacle of my experience. And I know for sure that if you guys apply what this course says, you will be satisfied. You will find a guy for you, and you will not need to watch my channel anymore. Well, that's going to suck, right? But Father Alex is here to help. Father Alex is not here to make you guys my slave. Father Alex is not here to make you guys into informational junkies. That's not the point. The point for me is that you guys watch my channel and that you guys can live your life without needing me. And that's the purpose of this course. Now, you guys can purchase it at a different option, right? In this course, we have a basic option, a basic package, and then we have the silver package, which with that course, you get the course and you get the Q&A seminar. What's a Q&A seminar? Well, when you guys watch the course, I'm going to have a Q&A session for about 2 or 3 weeks where you guys can ask me questions based on what you guys saw, and you guys are going to be able to replay it, right? So you guys are going to get access to the bonus webinar on top of this course. Now, we also have the gold package where you not only get access to the webinar, but also you get a 15-minute session with me at a discounted rate, right? So you guys can purchase it at one time or get a 3-month plan, right? And this 3-month plan allows you to purchase it at 1/3 of the price and pay it within 3 months, all right? Father Alex is not going to send the repo man to get the money back, right? And this is the thing. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, just ask me for your money back, and I will give it back. Father Alex has always been faithful with giving you your money back. So click on the description down below. Pre-order it right now. You guys know me. I don't just release courses. All of my courses are there because I feel like you guys need it. If not, I'll be making courses every year. So check it out, and I know that this will be the pinnacle of my life's work. You guys know I'm intense with things. I will over-deliver. And if you guys don't think so, try me, all right? Let's get back to the video.
So if they disrespect you and you really like the person, you're gonna lower the bar. Just like in the court system, if the judge is your friend, he's gonna sentence you to a lighter sentencing. So that's one thing, right? It's a sign to show your strength. So rather than seeing that as a negative thing, see that as your time to shine. Now, how do you punish it? One, punish it with your absence. Let your unavailability do the dirty work for you. Do not give them any outbursts of anger that actually validates them. People love it when they make you angry because it says to them, look at him. I remember I was talking to this girl and she made me mad because she was being inconsistent. And I remember listening to her like react to the whole situation and said, man, this is like a soap opera. But the way she said it felt like she liked it. It felt like she liked the drama. It felt like she was the protagonist in a soap opera. I'm like,
I can't believe I'm this conflict is validating her. She thinks she's like in the star role of this soap opera, and I'm the chump, right? So don't give them any emotional outbursts. Let your unavailability do the dirty work for you. So if they're not contacting you, don't get mad and say, hey, why don't you contact me? Pull away. But remember, you gotta know what type of inconsistencies merit pulling away. What type of inconsistencies merit leaving them. For example, completely leaving them means that they cheated on you. Completely leaving them means that they hit you, right? That's an example. But if they cancel a date randomly, it's one thing for them to cancel a date, but if you notice that they cancel a date last minute, right? Or they said that we're gonna meet you, but they didn't, that's a sign that's something that you gotta think about and say, okay, that's disrespectful. So next time, so if somebody cancels on me last minute, that's fine. But I'm not. But now I'm gonna be busy for the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna let my unavailability do the dirty work for you. If you cancel on me last minute, I'm gonna be busy for 2 weeks. And if you actually like me, that's gonna hurt you. And if you actually don't like me, that's not gonna hurt you. So if I do this, you're not gonna be contacting me in those 2 weeks. If you don't contact me in those 2 weeks, if you don't try to make contact, then that means my absence is not hurting you. So that means I gotta leave, right? So you let your unavailability do the dirty work for you, and continue. And if they continually keep disrespecting you, you do this as a way to tell them I'm not weak by pulling away. Maybe they said something in front of your friends that you found disrespectful, so you pull away. Right? Now, if they continually repeat their behavior, for example, the girl that I was telling you guys about, that she kept blocking me, and she said she blocked me because her ex-boyfriend was staying there because he was homeless, and because of that, they were arguing because she was seeing me, and then he would force her to block me, but she kept doing it, even after she left. Even after he left her, and they're separated completely, she kept doing it. So what did I do? I completely blocked her forever. If you continually, and I let her do it a little bit more than I should, to be honest with you. If you continually let people disrespect you, they lose respect for you. But the problem is that the reason why I let that go was because she was acting like the victim. She was crying. She was like, he's forcing me to do it, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, like the other day, I told her, we talked, and I really liked her. So I was willing to be friends with her. And we talked for an hour, and we hung up. And then 30 minutes later, she says, Alexis, I'm blocking you because I'm doing it for me because I have to get my shit together. And I'm like, I let this go too far. I knew when you kept blocking me, I should have just ended it there, but I didn't. So I felt stupid. So then she unblocked me again and said, hey, can you send me the photos that we took together that my ex deleted because her ex deleted the photos we took together? Can I have them? And I'm like, so she blocks me and then unblocks me and asks me for the photos we took together. No, that's too much. This is my moment to redeem myself. I should have blocked you, and I didn't. And now this is my moment. And before she sent the other text, I just blocked her. Because this is the thing. People never do things just once. That's what you have to understand. I know they will tell you this is it, but because you're afraid that they're gonna repeat it again, simply because you know people never do things just once. Let me show you what Robert Greene said about this. If they disrespected you once, they're gonna do it again. That's just how that works.
And who does something kind of nasty to you, they talk behind your back. Then they'll say, oh, Robert, that was just, something came over, that isn't me. You know, I'm sorry about that, that just happened. Circumstances made me do that. And you'll be likely
like in my case, right?
Leave them. But the fact is, if they've done that once, they've probably done it many times.
They're gonna block me, they're gonna block you and me again. If they hit you once, they're gonna hit you again.
If people gossip and you hear them gossiping about other people, they'll probably eventually gossip about you. So you want to be able to look at people's patterns and look at their past,
not
and
the words,
trends, and understand that if they've done certain things in the past, they will continue to do them because we humans have compulsive behavior. We're compelled to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again.
And that's the thing, is that it's a compulsion. Some people's disrespect is a pattern, and that's why it's hardest. And that's why you can't expect to change it, because people wire in certain patterns of disrespect, especially towards you, that unfortunately you have to leave. And that's a forever block, because that's too much disrespect. You punish dark, real disrespect with complete and utter coldness. You never see them again. Punishment doesn't mean that you're gonna fix them. Punishment means that this is how you're gonna treat me. It's not about getting them back. It's about alerting them how they're gonna treat you, and letting them know that if you do this, I'm leaving. This is not me trying to fix you. This is me just saying I want peace in my life. Now the next thing is, if you break up and they want to go back, make them pay a price. Make them pay a price. Make them lick your ass. I told this girl, right? Because this girl, pretty much, like, she acted like she had no choice because we were seeing each other, and her ex wanted to stay at her place because he had no place to stay. And I was like, look, dumbass, don't let him stay in your place. And she was like, don't worry. We weren't in a relationship. We were not in a relationship. So that's why I let it happen, to be honest with you. Anyway, so he said he was gonna leave 3 days. In 3 days, 3 days came by, he didn't want to leave. He was arguing with her that he didn't want to leave. And then the week went by, he didn't leave. And then she finally texted me and said, Alexis, I'm free. He left, he's gone. She came over, and then the next day she blocked me. He didn't actually leave, he was still there, right? And I remember just feeling stupid. But then I'm like, why isn't she visiting? Because I couldn't contact her because he blocked me, but in reality, she let him block me. And I'm allowing all of this because I'm paying attention to her words. If I really looked at the behavior said, I don't like you, I prefer him. He has more control over me than you.
And no, I disagree. She did like me, but the issue was that, like I always tell you guys, sometimes the past has more power than you. You don't fight the past. If you're dealing with someone who has trauma and has unresolved issues with their ex, you're not gonna win. And if you try to win, you're gonna take it personal, and that's so unfair to you. You can't beat the past. You just can't. And taking that as a challenge and taking that personal, you're letting them win. What I should have done, I knew. First of all, she lied to me to a certain point about their relationship, you know. So that's kind of not my fault. But my reaction to the inconsistencies was my fault, right? Like I said, if you think back, there were moments when you could see when you should have left. What I want you to do is remember those moments so that the next time a situation like this happens, you already have wisdom, you already have experience. So it does take you to get disrespected multiple times so that you can see what are the things that you permit or not. Like, you gotta observe the things that look bad but are not versus the things that don't look bad but are bad, and because that's the only way you can learn. And because I liked her, I sort of let that happen. So then she finally moved out, and because she had to go to another country, and he left. Well, the only reason why he left was because she had to really leave. So it's not like she kicked her out.